Hi, welcome back to Celestial Guidance with Janine. And tonight's video, I really want to talk about this crystal, Shattuckite. I think this is my fourth video. I've been trying to talk about this one. I just can't get it out right. So they really wanted me to go with my intuition on this one and speak from my own experience. And then I'll go into the definition because my first video I deleted by accident. The second one, I didn't have the definition. And I really felt like I needed the definition. But now that I look at the definition, I should have gone with my intuition. But this crystal is really beautiful. It reminds me of the earth, the ocean. It's just a beautiful stone. This was given to me as a birthday gift about a year ago. And I couldn't work with it because it was just so heavy in my heart. So I sat by my bed for like a year. And because I love the look of it, I love the feeling of it, I just couldn't hold it. And because when I'm holding it, you pick up more of the energies of it. So I've been working with crystals for about 30 years. And I work with different crystals. And when I'm ready for it, they will come into my life. And I believe that every time I needed a crystal, it always comes in the right opportune time. When I need a certain healing, this one, because I've been so stuck in my my dark night of my soul, it's stuck only because I've been really not wanting to look at my childhood. I don't want to do all this stuff. I've already done 4 steps. I'm like 28 years sober, and I've done so many 4 steps that I really didn't want to look at this stuff. Like, I always thought I already dealt with this. Why do I have to deal with this again? But they were showing me on a different level. It was more of blocks that I needed to have, that I need to unblock. We have energy centers in our body. And when we go through childhood trauma or we go through any kind of trauma, it gets stuck in that chakra. So mine was basically this one has really opened up my heart. It's really opened up my throat chakra, and it's been really opening up my third eye. And the only reason why this is a mediumship crystal, do want to point that out first. That was the only thing I knew about it being the beginning. It was supposed to help you receive information, channeling, mediumship, but it also helps me with my third eye, and it helped me with my heart. And it was really incredible when I found the definition of it. I was just like, I was floored. So I totally had, let me explain my story first. So this crystal was given to me a year ago, and like I said, it was really heavy. I couldn't breathe whenever time I hold this one. It just really gave me a sense of heavy heart feeling. And that just showed me that I had a lot of heart healing I needed to do, a lot of stuff I've been holding back or holding on to. And it was showing me it showed me different levels of how I held on to energy from my mom when she was pregnant with me, that we hold on to energy even before we're born. So they wanted me to see the level of when she was born, she was 16 when she was pregnant with me. And this is 68. 68, this was like frowned upon for women to be, young and pregnant. And like, it was really bad. And so there was a picture of my father and my mom at a wedding. It was their wedding. And my mom's on one end and my dad's on the other. And I can just see how my dad was just very angry. My mom looked just really sad. And it was just like a forced marriage. And it was just a heavy feeling. And I remember looking at this picture young, and I really didn't piece it together until they were showing me, just by this crystal sitting by my bedside table, working with it. When a crystal's really heavy for me, what I will do is just have it sit by my bed until I know I'm ready for it. Because by sitting there, it's still working with the energy, and I'm still dealing with it, but I don't have to hold it yet. And it was just really too heavy for me to hold. But I love this crystal, so I have it sitting by my bed, and they were showing me different visions. They were showing me different levels of healing I needed to unlock, and they were like unlocking doorways. It was incredible. So they were showing me at the level of my mom being 16. They were showing me how the energies of what she was feeling, I was holding on to as well. And then on top of that, being born in 68 and into the family environment, there was also things that happened, and that I put up barriers, or I put up a structure up, and it was like a protective wall. And whenever I would have traumatic experience happen or people would yell at me, I would black out. And this was from a trauma that my real father had put me through. And it actually shut me down way back. And I had a stuttering problem. I had a lisp. I was a very sensitive empath, not realizing what that was back then. I would see things. I would hear, spirits. I would see things, and I would have, just a lot of different experiences happen to me as a child. Maybe one day I'll share about those stories. But they were showing me different levels of healing I needed to go through, and I needed to see. And it was just really difficult for me to see it for my own mind, because I was so much in my head about my own dark night and what do I need to heal from, and all this stuff happened years ago, and it's like I don't need to hold on to it. But it was energy that I wasn't letting go of. It was blocked energies in my chakras, from the root, your sacral, the solar plexus. Those are the three main ones. And then my heart, basically I closed off my heart back in 2012 after I lost my pit bull, my baby girl, and that's actually what started my whole awakening, was the loss of her. And getting up, I think it was like 2 days later, and I get up every morning to take her out. She was my everything for getting up. And I didn't realize, it was like I was missing out on so much, and I felt so empty. And that had started my awakening, and a lot of stuff happened. So I've been in my dark night for about 10 years now, and just very angry and bitter and depressed. And, I go through, there's a lot of highs up there. I get really excited, and I get through my moments, and I go through it. But being stuck in the dark night, I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't writing about it. I wasn't dealing with it. I wasn't really looking at it. And so this stone had really opened up doorways and showed me different levels of healing I needed to go through. I needed to go through my chakra healings again. I needed to go to the energy centers again. I needed to unblock everything. And they were showing me different levels of childhood, of how things have gone up, and how I had put up a barrier again and put up another barrier. Always been defensive. And I think it was always due to being born, being 68, and then my mom being very protective of me, my real father putting me through a very traumatic experience, being born with one ear. I got teased a lot, and I was being put, back then they had me at UCLA, and they had me sit in front of a bunch of doctors, and I remember a lot of them just saying, ew, like freaking out. Back then it was just a weird defect. Only one in every million child would have this ear defect. And I can't remember the full name of it. I've been dealing with it. I'm 54 now, so I've been dealing with it my whole life. That is just a part of who I am. And I got teased a lot, so I got very defensive. And then I had a lisp and a stuttering problem. I had to go to speech therapy just so I can learn to talk properly. I still have issues with my S's, but I still, try to do the best I can. And it's just who I am, And then being with my father, my stepfather, he's my real dad. I mean, he's my father, but he's my dad. So my dad, he was very strict. He was raised a different way. And, back then things were very different. And I don't blame him. He didn't know any better either. But because of his structure and how strict he was, and how it had really shut me down. I didn't know when to speak or when I can speak, if I had anything good enough to say. And I think that's where a lot of my stuttering came in too. Because every time I would say something, if I did say something, I got smacked, more likely than not. And if I spoke out of turn, or if I was, like, you don't speak unless you're spoken to, basically. Very, very, very strict. And so there were different levels I had to heal from, and different levels of it, and realizing that, I'm a grown person now, and I don't have to limit myself to those energies anymore. So I've been healing those energies and really waking those up, and really seeing what stopped me, what has blocked me, what has really blocked my heart. My throat chakra has actually showed me a past life healing of being a witch, and I was shamed in front of the whole crowd of the whole townspeople. And I remember, and that was something, it was like right after I electrocuted myself, I had that vision. But they were showing me that this is also healing I've been going through from even my past lives. And I've been also healing in this lifetime lineages of, my mom was a mother to her mother, my grandmother was a mother to her mom, and I was a mom to my mom, and then I started seeing signs of my daughter being a mother to me, and I stopped that pattern. And I didn't want the pattern to keep being repeated, so I realized that there was a lot of synchronicities that I have been healing lineages of my own ancestors as well. The stone has a really great healing. It's been healing my own trauma, helping me to realize that I'm a sensitive empath and I feel things in a different way than maybe most people would. And the stone has actually made me more confident with that, with those abilities. So the stone is really great for healing your heart chakra, healing different centers that need to be worked through. But mainly it really helped with my heart. And I think because it has the malachite and the chrysocolla, the throat chakra is really opening this one. I'm still having issues with that one, but it's trying to just come with my own intuition of what I'm getting on it. Let's see what else. The third eye, because it helps you to see the doorways. It helps open up the different things that you need to look at, the different things on the deeper level that you need to see to help you to move through. So they were all showing me all these different things that I had put up, these different barriers, defense mechanisms I put up. And it was just basically to protect myself. And that was my ego part trying to protect me as well. But this one's really been helping me to open up my heart so I can open up my mediumship abilities more so that I can receive information in a clearer way. Let me see, what else? Oh, the stone's also been very heart grounding, heart healing, just really heart grounding, getting myself grounded. And let me see what else I wrote down. It was very interesting. So, okay. So my story was, the childhood trauma, growing through all that, and they were showing me different levels of it and how to heal. So basically showing me that these was something I couldn't have stopped it anyway, but they were energy centers that I needed to heal from. That these were blocks that I had, and it was a defense mechanism that I built up years ago because of the trauma. So it was time to let these walls down so that I can receive more information more clearly, because it is a psychic stone. It does help you with your mediumship. Let me go into the definition now. So it was really interesting. So the Shattuckite is a stone of intuition, mediumship, and psychic ability. It says this is a copper silicate which offers clarity of the mind, heart, and throat. An ever strong connection. Let me get my glasses on so I can read. So, okay, silicate offers up clarity of the mind, heart, and throat, creating an ever strong connection that allows one to speak the highest truth. So it's a heart chakra stone, a throat and third eye, also known as a stone of connection, because it also allows you to connect to the inner realms, which also understands why I was seeing different levels of my healing and what did I need to go through to understand that it wasn't just me, that these were energy centers from even before I was born, and that I can now let go of these things. I can now let go of defense mechanisms. I can let go of the ego mind trying to protect me. That's all it's been trying to do for this past 54 years, is just trying to protect me. But I don't have to go through that anymore. Like, I know I'm protected. I know I'm safe. Nothing can hurt me anymore. Nobody can hurt me anymore unless I allow it, So the other good thing I wanted to read about too is that the one thing I did read on another part was use it as a meditation stone. So they're saying it's a meditation stone for communication, enhances your automatic writing and mediumship and channeling. So it actually, if you work with this and meditate with this, hold it, work with it, it's going to help you to open up more, to get more information. You're going to maybe do automatic writing, maybe even start channeling, receiving information from a different, inner realm, or even the outer realm, so from the spirit guides. Crystals are very great healing stones when you work with them. Some of them, some stones might be able to connect with you right away, and it may be because it might be a chakra that you're not ready to work with, or you're ready to see, or you're ready to look at. And for me, it was my heart, and that was been for many, many years, and I didn't understand why until they showed me why I had such heart issues, and why my heart chakra was blocked for so many years, and why I had defensive mechanism walls up. And it was only for protection of my own self because of the trauma that we go through. I think after we go through so many traumatic events, like eventually you're just going to get like, I can't take it no more, and I'm just going to just stop. And you end up putting a wall up, and like, you don't want to date anymore because you've been broken up too many times, or you got into fights, or you've been abused, whatever the issue is, maybe that's why you have a heart chakra issue as well. I know for me, it was a lot of the loss I've been through, a lot of the traumatic events that I've had. But I had put up walls after wall after wall after wall, and realizing why I put up walls after wall, and it basically from even childhood, from even before I was even born. So probably when I was embryo in my mom's stomach, I should say, or in her womb, and it's all about the energy. So it actually starts from the beginning. And if we start realizing how energy works in our chakras, we can start healing from a different level. We can start healing past these childhood traumas and start moving through all this. The stone has been really great for me, and it was really interesting that I couldn't remember what the definition of it was until I looked it up recently, because I knew I had to redo this video, and I wanted to have the definition in it first before I put out the video. And when I looked up the definition, I was kind of floored, because I basically went through all of that, and it like hailed from my, it showed me on an intuition level, different levels I needed to heal from, and where it came from, and how it started, and how I can unlock those and unblock those and move forward and heal. So if you really have a lot of healing you need to work through, or if you just really want to work with the stone and it's going to help you with your mediumship abilities, maybe you want to start meditating with it, maybe start channeling, maybe doing some automatic writing, this would be a really great stone to work with. Its stone is so powerful. It has done so much for me, and just by it sitting on my bedside, it has done so many different levels. But it was up to me to do the work and do the writing on it and really see it and now let it go. So, and I'd like to hold this one at work with me too. I do hold with this at work. It does keep me calm. I'm going to do another video on the crystals I use for work, because I deal with a lot of, x-ray machines and the energy of it, computers, phones. So it's like the crystals I work helps me keep me calmer. It tries to anyway, but meditation has been the biggest deal, keeping you out of your head. But working with this stone actually helps keep me calm. It helps me to stay heart-centered. It helps me to speak from my truth, and just being in my own space. It's just been a really, really great healing stone. So I really hope you work with this one. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it connects with you. I can't think of anything else I wanted to say about it, but it was just a very powerful stone, how it really works with different levels and different energy centers. Everything gets stuck in our chakras. So it's really important to work through your chakras every day, doing healing on each one just by putting your hands, if like you want to start with your root chakra. The root is red, so you want to rub your hands together. Let me see it better. So I rub my hands together, and then you put it down on either your legs or your lower areas, or just thinking of that general area. Imagine red, like a red ball, the reddest garnet you can think of, and just imagining on that area, and imagine it being red. And then I usually just imagine the red being brighter, 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 and then I'll put some white light into it just to heal it, keep it going. But you want to get as red as possible, and imagine it being as red as possible. And that is the coccyx area, and that is where the root starts, and that's where you feel all your stability, all your groundedness, the beliefs about money, and a lot of it stems from the red. The childhood trauma is all from the red. And then you go through each one, go through the sacral, then you go through the solar plexus, and each one you're going to imagine the color as bright as possible. The orange is bright as you can get it, as big as you can get it. And go through those every day, and that will help actually heal your energy centers every day. It helps me get grounded. It helps me feel more balanced. It clears things in my mind. Helps me remind me to stay not blank up here, but basically don't think about nothing. It's just going in here in my heart, and just really think from my heart instead of from my mind. Because when I think from my mind, I get stressed out. I get a lot of anxiety. I start circling things, and is not a good way to go. So work with those chakras, and it'll start healing a lot of the different areas of your childhood, or even affirmations are really great on changing the structure, because our thoughts are very important too. Everything is about energy. So even the thoughts that you're thinking, you're putting out into your world, you're creating. So make sure you're thinking good, happy thoughts, as much as you can. And I know for me it's hard because I get so depressed a lot because of the energies I feel. But it's also, I realized they were showing me that I watch too much paranormal videos, and that opens up doorways that allows other entities to come in. And so I feel attacked or ungrounded, depressed, angry. And so I have to, at that I realize, okay, I really got to watch my energy, because I'm such insensitive and I feel things so clearly that I actually open, and I'm a medium, so I open up doorways, and it's like opens up a portal, I guess, and it just allows things to come through. So it's really watching your energy, watching what your energy you're putting into, what are you absorbing. Even TV, I don't watch TV, I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in, I think, my God, like 20 years or something. I just don't watch it unless I really need to. Then something, usually somebody will let me know. My honey will let me know, or my friends, somebody will let me know if something happened in my family. But I really try not to watch the news, and actually I don't. But I don't like to watch TV either. I feel the energy from the TV, and when I shut it off, I can just feel the calmness, like, whoo. So I'm a very sensitive energy. And even when I'm at work, I feel the energies at work, and it's really intense. And I really have to watch myself, because I get so full of anxiety, because I'm picking up on so much different, not only from people, but it's the machines as well. So really watching the energy and putting myself a bubble around myself every day, just imagining a big white protective bubble around me, and just imagining all that white light around me from Source God, from Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel. I call in all the time. But that way I get energy around me, and it protects me from the outside world, or the energies out there, because they are very harsh energies for me. So on that, I really hope you work with this one, and work with your chakras, work with the healing. The stone has been really beneficial in helping me heal, and helping me to see where I need healing from on a more deeper level than what I've even been through in AA. I've done so many 4-steps, but I never really went on a deep level of like what I've really gone through on healing my chakras, and the deeper level energy of who that I've embodied. And that was only because it's been awakened in me because of my awakening. And because I've been so stuck in my my dark night, and then my spirit guides really want me to get through this. So they're trying to show me how I'm holding on to energy from not even being aware of it, but holding on to energy from even my childhood and into my mom's womb, and even past life energy. So it's a very powerful stone. I really hope you work with it. I hope you like it. I look, hopefully if you do, maybe share a comment on what you went through with it. But this has been a very powerful stone for me, and I really hope it works for you as well. So I'm going to put all this stuff down in the description and below, and that way you can look it up for yourself, and that you have the right pronunciation of, or not pronunciation, the right of the name of it. Because Shattuckite, I didn't know, I was thinking Shattt, kite, like Kite, and it's actually a different meaning of it. Oh, yeah, it is spelled a different way. It's kind of close. I think I had to add a C in there. But anyway, it's a really beautiful stone. I hope you work with it, and I hope you don't mind my mumbling. But I hope you all have a great night, and you have a blessed evening, and I'm sending you all white light and love. Thank you so much. Bye.